Halo 2 Anniversary toy locations. On the level Delta Halo, the toy's got to be located right on the end of this peninsula, right after the drop zone at the start of the level. You're going to need a ghost for this, so collect one from further up in the level, and then if you switch to classic graphics for this, because it's going to make it a lot easier. Basically, you have to climb your way using the ghost's boost all the way across the top of the cliff. Something worth mentioning is that don't always use the boost, especially when going down the way, because you can die from fall, even though you are within the ghost. So, but you make your way all the way to the end of this anyway, and the toy is right at the end. Remember to switch back to remastered graphics to be able to see and collect the toy. On the level Regret, near the start of the level you'll reach this area with some gondolas. You're going to have to grenade jump your way across to this kind of structure over to the side. The toy is actually located on top of it. So once you grenade jump across, you want to get up onto this top level here, so you have to grenade jump again. And then if you go to your right and follow the structure around, and it'll be in the second archway. On the level Sacred Icon, after you've crossed the first bridge with the plasma beam above you, you want to go to your left, and the toy's got to be located in a vent on the upper level. To be able to get to this, you're going to have to grenade jump. Just use one of these metal crates, and once you're up, the toy's got to be right at the back of the vent directly in front of you. On the level Quarantine Zone, right at the end of the level after you've taken the long platform ride, the toy's going to be located on top of a structure to the right hand side of this platform as you're going down the ramps. If you stand on top of the ramps and if you use a grenade jump to jump across over to it, you'll be able to walk up the side of the slopes and the toy will be right on top. On the level Gravemind, you'll reach this big open room. If you're wanting to go to your right, you're actually wanting to get onto this kind of metal outskirt that's surrounding the entire area, because the toy will be at the very end. To be able to get up here, you just climb across the rocks to the right hand side of this room. You'll be able to climb all the way up, and then if you go to your right once you reach there, and head all the way across to the end. There is a grunt with a fuel rod cannon, so keep an eye out for that. On the level Uprising, once you reach this big open area, you're wanting to get on top of the roof of the cavern that you're having to go through. To do that, go to the right and jump onto these rocks over here. You're going to have to grenade jump your way up, so it's going to be much easier to do this in classic graphics. This did take me a few attempts, but I eventually managed to do it by grenade jumping and aiming for the right hand side, because there's a small little slope there. Now, once you're up here, you're going to have to go across and take care of the Jackal Sniper, the one that's normally sitting above you as you've came out the other end of the cavern. Once you've taken care of him, you're wanting to go across the side of the cliff, so just follow all the way around to your right, drop down and go to where he is. Now you're wanting to jump up to the area that was behind the Jackal Sniper and go to your right, and continue to follow this around just as if you're following the path to carry on for the map. Keep to the upper level of this cliff, and once you reach this area, if you want to just drop down onto this ledge and continue to follow it along, the toy's going to be right at the end sitting on some grass. On the level High Charity, you'll reach this big open room with a bunch of flooding. Once you've dealt with those, head over to this rocky archway over near the middle, and the toy is going to be located right on top. On the level The Great Journey, right at the very start, you're wanting to grab this Spectre. So make sure that you deal with the driver just so that they don't drive away with it. And once you have the Spectre, if you drive it across to the edge of this cliff, where you'll come back to later on, Now you're wanting to leave the Spectre here and come back once you have a Banshee and you've carried on with the rest of the level. Now you're wanting to drive the Spectre right off the edge of the cliff. Now what you want to do is start heading towards the beach, and what we're going to do is we're going to be driving into the water and then heading to the right. I did test this in both classic and remastered graphics, and honestly it's a lot easier in remastered. You're wanting to head towards this kind of raised up rock over here to the right. It did take me a few attempts to get up onto these rocks, but once you are up on there you want to follow it across until you come up to some raised rocks, basically leading into a mountain. Now what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to boost up this mountain. Generally it's best to aim for the least sharp slope, just that way it makes it a bit easier to climb up. Once you reach the top, the mountain that's going to be directly in front of you is where the next toy is. So you're wanting to do the exact same process for that. So just go down this mountain and climb up the other one.